legend of Hatman.
Across the world, people from different backgrounds and different walks of life have complained of being visited by a sinister figure wearing a hat, paralyzing them with terror. Who is he? Join us as we unravel the mystery of the Hatman. Hey, welcome, brave souls, to a journey through the shadows and into the spine-chilling legend of the Hatman. This enigmatic figure has haunted the dreams and waking hours of countless individuals around the globe. With his characteristic wide-brimmed hat and shadowy presence, the Hatman elicits a primal fear in those who encounter him. But who is this ominous figure? Is he a ghost, a demon, or a creation of our collective consciousness? As we delve into the nightmarish world of the Hatman, we'll explore harrowing encounters, trace the ancient roots of shadowy nighttime visitors, and grapple with scientific explanations. Through the pages of history, folklore, psychology, and modern-day accounts, we will attempt to unravel the mystery of this sinister specter. But be warned, once you enter the world of the Hatman, your nights may never be the same again. Now, before we begin, make sure to show your support by giving this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel as well so you can continue learning about such horrific elements of nature that continue to haunt humans around the world. Done? All right. Now, let's dive deep into the phenomenon of the Hatman. Let's first trace the roots of this ominous figure. The Hatman, as a specific entity, seems to have emerged in the latter part of the 20th century. His depiction, donning a wide-brimmed hat and often a trench coat, carries a somewhat noirish aesthetic. Some speculate that the Hatman is a manifestation of the shadow people, which have been described in various cultures for centuries. However, what sets the Hatman apart is his distinctive attire and the focused, almost purposeful way in which he seems to observe those who encounter him. What's fascinating is that while the Hatman is now a widely recognized figure, no singular origin story can be pinned down. Some theorize that he may be an entity from another dimension, a restless spirit, or even a manifestation of negative energy. He appears to draw from a confluence of cultural, historical, and perhaps even otherworldly sources. As his legend continues to grow, the Hatman remains an enigmatic figure cloaked not just in a hat and trench coat, but in layers of mystery and fear. All right, let's imagine what it's like to actually see the Hatman. Imagine you're asleep, and suddenly you wake up, feeling like someone's in the room. Your heart's racing as you look around. In the corner, there's a tall figure, all in shadow, wearing a big hat. You can't see his face, but he's just standing there, not moving. Some people say it feels like the room suddenly has no air, and they can't breathe. Others say even though they can't see the Hatman's eyes, it feels like he's staring right at them. Now, here's the really scary part. You can't move or shout, no matter how much you want to. It's like the Hatman makes everyone freeze in place because they're so scared. Some folks say it feels like he's watching them, like he's curious or something. Others say it feels evil, like he's there to cause harm. He stays there for a bit, just long enough to really freak you out. And then poof, he's gone. And for some people, this isn't just a one-time thing. He comes back night after night. Can you imagine what it's like not knowing if he's going to show up again? It's enough to make anyone dread going to sleep. Now, let's dive into some well-known stories that have rattled the bones of even the bravest among us. The Hatman is no stranger to the limelight. For instance, author Heidi Hollis, who has been a major voice in bringing the Hatman to popular attention, recounts her own eerie encounters in her book, The Hatman: The True Story of Evil Encounters. She describes a chilling event where the Hatman appeared to her and her roommate in their shared apartment. The sheer terror of his presence and the malicious energy he emanated were unmistakable. Another spine-tingling story comes from the late 1990s. A woman named Mara claimed that the Hatman had haunted her family for generations. According to Mara, her grandmother saw the Hatman standing over her bed when she was just a young girl. This terrifying entity then appeared to her mother and eventually to Mara herself. The way Mara describes it, it was as if the Hatman had latched on to her family, leering from the shadows across the years. This multi-generational haunting adds an extra layer of dread to the already ominous legend of the Hatman. In another account, Lisa, a mother from Kansas, describes her child speaking of a shadow man with a hat who would stand at the foot of her bed every night. Countless others have recounted waking up to find the Hatman silently watching them from corners or doorways. His appearance seems consistent. A tall, shadowy figure wearing a wide-brimmed hat and often a flowing trench coat. His silence is deafening and his presence overwhelming, suffocating the air as if feeding on the fear he evokes. One of the most strange, fascinating, and frightening things about the Hatman is the fact that people living in different countries, different cultures, and of different languages who are not connected in any way have reported of experiencing the same phenomenon of witnessing the horror of the Hatman. The big question is, what does the Hatman want? Some claim that he simply watches, while others speak of feeling their energy drained. There are stories where the Hatman is seen accompanied by smaller shadow figures. These accounts are often of those going through trauma or extreme stress. This leads some to believe that the Hatman might be an entity feeding off human despair and emotional turmoil. The Hatman's intentions remain as mysterious as his origins. Though the Hatman is a figure that incites supernatural speculations, science may have a more grounded explanation. During sleep, particularly in the REM phase, our muscles are paralyzed to prevent us from acting out our dreams. Sometimes this paralysis lingers as we wake up, trapping us in our bodies. This state is known as sleep paralysis. It's during these episodes that people often report seeing shadowy figures, such as the Hatman. The brain, confused and still partly dreaming, can create vivid hallucinations. The common themes in these visions might be influenced by cultural narratives and personal experiences. Given that stories of shadowy nighttime figures have been a part of human culture for millennia, it's plausible that the Hatman is a modern-day hallucination born from an ancient fear. While science may try to explain the phenomenon of the Hatman through sleep paralysis, those who have encountered it remain skeptical of this explanation, and they insist a supernatural aspect to the entire phenomenon. For now, we are left at the crossroads of science and the supernatural. The Hatman, a phantom woven from the threads of nightmares, history, and collective fear, continues to haunt the shadows. Have you ever had an encounter with the Hatman? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. If this sinister phenomenon sent shivers down your spine, grant us a like and let the Hatman know you're watching. Be sure to subscribe to Woe Stories and Myth, and tap the bell icon so you never miss a journey through the chilling depths of the unknown. Until next time, sleep tight and remember, not all shadows are just shadows. We'll see you in the next one.